And everyone should be able to see this. All right. All right, so the overview is who is the real Raphi Salem? What is the problem? Google's agenda, what is reputation management, why you need a digital marketing strategy, how important is LinkedIn, Google My Business, negative search results, search engine optimization, SEO, reviews, content, CTAs, calls to action, takeaway, and summary. All right, so first of all, who is Raphi Salem? If you want to get to know me, what are you going to do? Everyone answer at once. You're going to Google me. Very good. Audrey, I saw your lips move, so it all worked out. All right, so you couldn't see the last result because that's too blown up, but really, what are you gonna see? So the first three results are my LinkedIn, my BNI, so I'm gonna BNI with Roy Fenichel and Jennifer Mursky. Shout out to everyone in BNI. BNI Chapter 1, we are on a very powerful server and we're highly optimized, and that's why that comes out as number 2. And then number 3 is Facebook, also a highly powerful website. So the next thing is Harry. If you've never heard of Harry, Harry is actually a website for the hospitality business. It has old information of mine, but because it's well visited and well trafficked, it has my information. Next is Twitter, which I tweet about. I used to tweet every day. Now I haven't so much because I've been a little busy lately. And then there is something called the Digital Journal, and an old company, my old company from last year, had my bio up, and they're showing up as well. And then the last 3 results on my top 10 are the Columbia Club of New York. Shout out to Marty Katz, with whom I put on a workshop. And because the Columbia Club has a big following and a lot of traffic, and we had a great event together, they come up. I wrote an article about how WikiLeaks posts Salem Global SEO algorithm to the internet, and that got a lot of traction and a lot of traffic, and it was well visited. So Constant Contact comes up, and then there's a small company called YouTube. As you can see, they're all my YouTube videos, or 3 YouTube videos. That's the max that you can get in the results. But what happens if I switch from the all when you Google me to Google Images? Now, that's me. I don't know if you can see my cursor. First image is me. Second image is me. Third image is also Raphi Salem. But as you can see, he's got too much hair. That can't be me. He's got too much hair. Then me, and me and Marty. Me, up until you get to this guy with the Rolls Royce, who is also not me. So you can control everything here, because every time I post up something and I tag it with my name, I'm going to show up. So what's the problem? Let's talk about the first problem, is that companies, executives, and individuals are not always represented fairly or accurately in online media. Now, what's the second part of the problem? It's that Google and the media have their own agendas on how to report news and display search results. Whether it's Wikipedia, the New York Times, or CNN, they have their own agendas. And what is their agenda? Their agenda is to make money. They have maximized. There are some really smart people at Google. If you didn't know that, I am letting you know right now. Their main business is that they sell advertising. And if you want to hyper focus your advertising, Google is the answer. They have the most traffic in the whole entire world. And they're also capturing you and everything you do for free. They're getting your eyeballs in everything from YouTube to Google Maps, Waze, Meet, Voice, Docs, and it goes on and on, what they own and what we all use as consumers and as business people. So what is reputation management? And what is your online reputation? Obviously, it's Google. It's your reputation is what Google says it is. So the search results are the first and most important introduction and window into your business and your reputation. And who does reputation affect? Who's affected by these Google results? It's everyone. Every single business, whether you're large or small, whether you're B2B or B2C, retail, wholesale, startups, if you're an investment firm, if you're in real estate, If you're a public company, it'll affect your stock price. And if you want to hire, you will also want to recruit the best talent, and you want to have good Glassdoor and Indeed ratings. So the question is there a human behind it? Are the geniuses at Google clicking on their computer every single day to make sure that every single billions and billions of results are happening? And the answer is no. There's an algorithm. There's the Google algorithm, as we in the industry always talk about. But the question is it just completely random? Or is it set up in a particular way that you can control? And the answer is no, it's not random. We have more power than we think. So let's go back to my first result, to my top 10 page. So when you Google Raphi Salem, you see that LinkedIn is extremely powerful. So once again, shout out to Ken Lang and all the other LinkedIn trainers on the call today. If your LinkedIn, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna mention Jennifer Mursky also, because all three of us are trying to work together. Your LinkedIn has to be in order. If you're not paying attention to your LinkedIn, you are in trouble. So the number one thing that comes up for Raphi Salem is LinkedIn. Now that's not true for everyone, but you must pay attention to your LinkedIn. And then the question is, not everyone is in a BNI, and certainly not everyone is in BNI 1, but that comes up second for me. And then there's Facebook. So whether you use it or not, you can control your results. But enough about me. Let's talk about a good friend of mine, David Edwards, and his company, Heron Wealth. So if I search for Heron Wealth, once again, this is all small, and I'll blow it up in a moment. If I search for Heron Wealth, which is a regular company out there, it's a wealth management company and certified financial planners, what do you see? So the first thing that you see is their website, their www, and they're only displaying right now, Google is only displaying these top 2 links. You can get up to 6 links if your website is optimized. And I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. We are using SquareSpace for our website. It is convenient, it works well for us, but I'm also recommending WordPress in this presentation for those of you that can work in WordPress or others. And you can optimize a little better in WordPress than you can in Squarespace. Then there's LinkedIn again. So once again, get on the LinkedIn bandwagon. And then there are press releases. So online PR, offline PR, get into PR Newswire. If you're hurting or you're looking for more results, create a press release for yourself and put it out there on PR Newswire. Now the second half of the page, that was above the fold. Below the fold, we have a few issues. Not bad issues. There's a difference between issues and crisis. Today we're only talking about issues because Heron Wealth doesn't have any bad issues. They don't have bad Glassdoor ratings or Yelp ratings, but they're up here. And you do not need them to be up here. What you can have is all your positive stuff that's on the second page. And if you work on those things on the second page, those can float up to the top, and then your negatives can float down. And obviously, all this is only a 10-minute seminar or a workshop, so we're not going to focus on this, but you can control everything that you see on this page. On the right-hand side, this is going into the knowledge panel. And you know what? I neglected to tell you about this. The knowledge panel is connected to, if you're a small company, it's Google My Business, and if you're a bigger company, it's Wikipedia. And obviously, you want to work on your Google reviews as much as possible, and ask your friends, family, colleagues to give you an honest rating. Now, the other thing, if you look on the bottom of your knowledge panel, you can show off your social media profiles. So this is an opportunity for you to not only work on your social media, but also put it into your Google My Business so that it shows up here. And if you know who your competition is, you can see what they're doing also, and you could copy whoever is doing well. On page 2, this is what I was referring to before, that although Glassdoor and Yelp are showing up on page 1, Heron Wealth's Twitter is showing up on page 2. So a goal for David Edwards and Heron Wealth is to focus more on our Twitter so that would rise higher and then everything else would come down. The importance of SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. And these are the questions that you should be asking yourself. Number one, how is your site built? What platform? Is it on WordPress? Is it on Squarespace? Is it on Wix? Is it hand-coded in HTML? How many pages do you have? So if you have 40 pages of fluff, that doesn't matter. But if you have 40 pages or 50 pages or 100 pages of real quality, keyword relevant pages, you're going to float higher up in the SEO game. How many backlinks do you have? Who's linking to you? It's also a popularity contest. And if you go into Google and you look up site:heronwealth.com, you'll see how many pages we're indexed for. And also make sure that you have a sitemap, an XML sitemap, and a robots file that's working. Once again, I could do seminars. I could do hour-long seminars on all of these topics alone. And that's why it's really important to just get the basics. Remember, this is just an intro. Reviews. People all the time are asking me, Raphi, I've got a bad review here, I've got a bad review there. So number one is you have to work with the system. You must play in the sandbox. There is no, it is not a myth. Can we get rid of negative content? Can we get rid of negative reviews? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Google is seeking to replace something that's negative with something positive. They're looking for it. So if you play in the system, you will be able to work with reviews, whether it's Google, Yelp, Facebook reviews, or Glassdoor. But pay attention. And if the last resort literally is a legal proceeding, if something is negative out there and someone is really defaming your name, talk to a lawyer. The importance of content. So this is my shout out to Jennifer Mirsky on the call. Jennifer and I work on content every day. Every day you have to work on your content. Your website will not stay where it is unless you're adding to your website every day, adding to your social media, linking back, and this is the PR credo, that basically content and links on and off your website influences your search engine results. Let's go back to Heron Wealth for a moment, because what I love about David's website is that we've got everything here. Not only are we optimized, but also we've got calls to action. When someone comes to your website, it's not just, all right, they came to your website. It's what you want them to do in your website. You want them to act. You want them to call you. You want them to have a downloadable free investment guide. You want to have a Zoom meeting. SEO is a good content strategy, and website traffic is only half the battle. You must engage with CTAs. Lastly, the takeaway for today is that I had a free downloadable reputation management and digital marketing audit questionnaire. I will put it in the chat so you can download it. This has been very successful for me and my clients and my friends. Just to go through your domain name, your hosting, your Google suite, just to be aware. If you're a business owner, you must be aware. If you have someone working for you, make sure that they're aware of all the things on this roadmap. In summary, understand the Google agenda, manage your own online reputation. You can do it. You have the power now. You've got to create a digital marketing strategy. Your competition is already doing it, so you have to do it as well. Make sure your LinkedIn is optimized. Make sure your Google My Business is being worked on. Optimize your website for maximum links in search engine results. Develop a content strategy. Talk to someone. Talk to Ken. Talk to Jennifer. Talk to everyone on this call who's in this business. And certainly talk to Marty Katz, my partner, who does branding and messaging and business consulting. Also, you need social media strategy, video, email, and much more. And my final is that you want to own and control multiple websites. I own, as you'll see in my thank you, I own RaphiSalem.com. I own BizDevLeaders.com. I own SalemGlobal.com, SalemPR.com. I say different things at those websites, but everything helps me be optimized for a greater experience. That's it. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing right now. And I hope you enjoyed what I had to teach. I hope it wasn't boring for you. Usually I try to have some more jokes in there, but limiting to 10 minutes, I don't get the